So it's been a wee while since I've last done a video. I'm not sure exactly how long. A few things kind of going on in personal life. Unfortunately for those of you that seen the cat that was in some of the videos, he's no longer with us, which is very upsetting. On better news, going to be doing some work on the radio for a local radio station in Dingwall. It's a charity-based station called North Highland Radio. So looking forward to doing that. I've done a little bit. I was working on Paul Chalk's show on Alive and Kicking. He does a great job on that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But don't worry, guys. I know you enjoy this YouTube channel. It's not a massive amount of followers, but for for those of you that enjoy it, I'll still be putting out material on this. That's for sure. This there has been obviously stuff I could talk about. I mean, it's no secret that I'm obviously a supporter of Rangers. I could have maybe done a video after the St Joseph's game. I mean, I thought the team was outstanding, but when you kind of think of the opposition, I didn't think it was really kind of too worth doing a video. Not to be disrespectful, but it was a tremendous performance. The Kilmarnock game as well. I think that's a stepping stone because I think last season that would have been a draw or a defeat, sitting at 1-0 and then they equalised. So certainly I think that was positive getting that late win. That's the game last season I don't think we would have won. And we didn't beat Kilmarnock last season at all in the league, apparently. But this video is not about that. It's about the transfer market starting to kick into gear a little bit in the English Premier League. There's only about 4 days to go, I think, before the window shuts. I believe it's on the 9th of August, and today's the 6th. The major talking points of the window was obviously Gareth Bale at Real Madrid. He looked like he was going to go to China, basically because no other club can really afford him. And when you see the injury problems, and he's getting up there a little bit in age, and the wages and stuff, I don't think it's really viable for clubs. So he was going to go to China on a free transfer. Well, that's what I believe, just for huge wages. But Real Madrid changed their mind. I think the investment, they just didn't want to lose him for free. So he'll remain a Real Madrid player, but we know that Zidane doesn't fancy him, so that'll be interesting. The major talking points have been to do with probably Coutinho and Neymar. Coutinho, according to Talksport, is available for loan. Now, Tottenham Hotspur are believed to have made an offer. There have also been discussions about Arsenal, although Emery has denied it. Going back to Liverpool is always a possibility, although I don't really see that happening. And even less likely is the Man United talk. Manchester United are linked with Christian Eriksen, and we know that Christian Eriksen's not at the moment willing to sign a new deal with Tottenham Hotspur, and they've been looking at players like Lo Celso from Real Betis. Not really too sure where they are with that. They already signed in Dombele, which was a tremendous signing that broke their transfer record. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So Coutinho going to Man United, I don't see happening, but that rumour has been circulating for a while. But I think it's just the fact that he's unhappy at Barcelona. Man United have money to spend, and they're quite desperate, to be honest. I mean, they signed Harry Maguire for 85 million. Now I'm sorry, he's not worth that. He's not worth that. I think maybe half of that, maybe 30-40 million. I know in today's transfer market it's ridiculous, and yes, he did perform well for England at the World Cup, but I think more from an attacking point of view, from set pieces and stuff. I mean, I don't think he seems a good defender, but if you put it into context, he's no Rio Ferdinand or Vidic or John Terry. So I suppose time will tell on that. I mean, he'll be a physical presence, but not kind of much else. Paul Pogba is still a Man United player. I think that's still going to be the way. The Lukaku situation, that's still kind of really up in the air. At the moment, he's training with Anderlecht. Now, don't get it twisted. He's obviously not going to join Anderlecht because they won't be able to afford him. But there was talk of the ridiculous swap deal with Lukaku going to Juventus and Dybala going to Man United. And Dybala said no to going to Man United. He didn't want to go there, and it's not really a surprise. I mean, Solskjaer's not a big draw. Man United as a club are a big draw, but at the moment they seem to be quite desperate in the transfer market, and it's really kind of showing. They seem to have missed out on Bruno Fernandes as well, the Sporting player who says he wants to go to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know if they're really in for him or not. So Lukaku, I was thinking to myself, if he went to Juventus, now this is a bit of a crazy kind of theory. It was a bit like the theory I had with Neymar and Real Madrid, but that didn't pan out. That if Lukaku went to Juventus when Dybala went the other way, that Lukaku would go to Inter Milan either permanently or on loan, and Mauro Icardi would have gone to Juventus. Might just be a kind of ridiculous theory, but certainly Conte wants him at the club. Inter Milan are not wanting to pay 75 million, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. Lukaku on his day is very good. There's a good striker in there, but he doesn't seem to kind of know how to use his frame. I mean, physically, he's a specimen. He's fast, but he seems to try and be more of a finesse player, and he's got the first touch of an elephant. He really does. So that's very up in the air. I mean, I think that he probably will end up going out on loan. To be honest, Lukaku, can't see a permanent transfer at this stage unless Conte, who I've not said on the channel, but I believe to be a bit of a mercenary, really. That if he doesn't get his way, then he just throws his toys out the pram. So Everton signed Moise Keane. That was a tremendous signing. He was a bright spark at Juventus, but I think with the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo and some other players, it was going to be very difficult for him. But that's a fantastic bit of business by Everton. They're still apparently looking at Zaha, which could be a good deal for Crystal Palace. You're talking about I think 65 million with McCarthy and Cenk Tosun going the other way, and there might have been one other player as well. So I think that could be a good deal for Crystal Palace because they're certainly needing a striker, and Cenk Tosun could probably maybe do quite well there in terms of the style of play. So things hotting up now in the transfer window remains to be seen. There's still obviously the floating about with Kieran Tierney and Arsenal. That still hasn't been confirmed. Although Arsenal are in desperate need of a centre back. Of course, we know with Chelsea they have a transfer ban; they can't sign anyone. So we won't be hearing any business from them. But they've had a decent pre-season, and Mason Mount's for big things. So just have to wait and see what happens. But looking forward to the start of the season. The SPL's already started. Ross County got off to a very very good start. They were excellent against Hamilton. Should have had two clear penalties. We won 3-0, but they could easily have won by more. Celtic were sensational against St Johnstone. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, looking through to Rangers against Midtjylland on Thursday. Celtic have clues, so not an easy tie for either old firm teams. But no, this was just a video basically just to put something out there. Transfer window's hotting up. Interested to see what's going to happen in the next 3 days. Just got to keep an eye on it, especially towards deadline day. Deadline day in the last kind of couple of hours. Always sometimes crazy things can happen at that time. Anyway, thank you for watching.